and let me tell you how much I admire and respect this man. I never forgot what he said. I told him I was going back home. He didn't want me to go back home. He wanted me to stay here. And I had it all made. I didn't have to go back home and, do the native thing, but I felt that I had to go. But I never forgot what Phil Burton said. Don't worry about these big corporations because they have batteries of lawyers that can defend themselves. It's the little guy out there who's trying to make ends meet, feed his family. That's the guy that you should be looking out for. The guys who are not representing the poor, the destitute, people who are really having, fundamental issues. And yes, I guess you might say that indigenous peoples of this country are the worst off economically, socially, are the Native Americans, believe it or not. Phil Burton is my hero. They think of him as an ultra-liberal, but in actuality, he works better with the most right-wing Republicans. This is what's amazing that I've learned about this man. He works just as well with the Republicans, conservative Republicans, as he does with the liberals. And why is that? Because, he would say in no uncertain terms about cut the BS, let's be operational, be practical, no nonsense. Let's not get into this ideology thing. Do something that is solvable and that's workable for the people. And I guess this is where part of my philosophy comes from. Well, I didn't even know that I would ever come back here. I don't think so. I think this is the way I look at it. When Phil Burton ran for Congress in San Francisco, he never forgot. He always told me this relative of mine who's bigger than Phil. Phil Burton's about 6'4", So he always said, Ernie Reed, you know how he talks, like a. So he would tell me that he would go to the meanest part of San Francisco, Hunters Point, I guess what it's called in San Francisco, and he would take these Samoans with him who are bigger than him, and because they're very active unionists, I guess he probably over the years kind of felt, well, I got to get me a Samoan kid to group, to work him and get him into the process. And I guess that's probably, he looked at me, he felt sorry for me and said, I got to get that Samoan kid over here. I want to give him a little brush up about the realities of life. And it was because of the Samoan friends that he had who supported him. And like you said, every time he goes to the Hunters Point, he would take these Samoans with him. And of course, that's his constituency. People who try to make ends meet. And I try to do the same, I guess. Doesn't mean I don't love corporations. No, I love business. I love people who are good at making money.